Hello traders, the title of the video is Level 3 Technical Analysis using Predictive Fractal Pattern. Alright, so I have been recording videos about the Predictive Fractal Pattern of Mr. Benoit Mandlebrot at dayprotrader.com. I have posted a web page at www.dayprotrader.com to enlighten traders about level 3 trading using the predictive fractal pattern. Alright, so you remember the last time somebody said something and then you completely disagree with the person. Alright, it is normal. It's normal to disagree with one person, but sometimes when one is disagreeing with another person, it does not mean because one does not believe in that person, therefore that person is completely wrong. Sometimes it may take some time before one realizes that what the other person was saying is true indeed. All right, years ago, all right, everybody was believing that it was the sun that was rotating around the earth. That was the general belief, and the first people that start saying that in fact it was the earth that was rotating around the sun got into trouble. A lot of them were killed for their belief. A lot of people disagree with them and was saying that all right, it was the sun that was rotating around the earth. But those who believe that the earth was rotating around the sun were completely right. At the beginning, everybody disagreed with them, and some of them were killed. And the same thing is happening today, and one can hold a strong view, and whenever somebody says something new, all right, for the first time, the first reaction is to disagree, which is normal. But what I want trader to understand is that when you come across something new for the first time, you can disagree with it, all right, but just pause, don't get into any irrational reaction, just cool it, all right, and give it a bit of time, all right. So this is about the subject of predictive fractal. For a lot of traders, this is a very new subject, and I have posted videos at 24 Elliott Wave YouTube channel when I was talking about the secrets of the multi-wave. I have noticed that few traders, all right, who did watch the first and the second part of that series of video quickly try to apply what we were calling the secret of the multi-wave, and some of them get into trouble, and for those reasons they were a bit upset. But what I would recommend to traders, whenever you are trying something new for the first time, it is prudent to use the demo account, to give it a bit of time to learn to master it, and if you like it, then you use it, all right? So when you have a losing trade, when you are trying something new for the first time, it is normal for one to become a little bit emotional, all right? But after the emotions, one should go back and see why it was a losing trade. So a losing trade sometimes can bring out a lot of information, right? A lot of tips and tricks. One can discover new things if one tries to find out, okay, why this time it did not work. Or if you apply a strategy that one person is talking about, you may find out is anything else. Okay, one can find out more or polish that strategy. All right. Enough from blah blah blah. Talking about level 3 technical analysis using predictive fractal pattern. Here it is. I want traders to look at these charts and tell me if you can see a predictive fractal pattern. To help you a little bit, we are talking about horizontal, all right, predictive fractal pattern, which in the pattern is copying itself, is duplicating itself on the same time frame. Horizontal predictive fractal pattern. All right. So look at it and tell me if you see, all right, or you can pause the video at this point in time and try to give yourself enough time to look at this chart to see whether you can see a predictive fractal pattern. There is a predictive fractal pattern here. It's an horizontal predictive fractal pattern. All right, let's begin the demonstration. Talking about level 3 technical analysis. The level 3 technical analysis is an advanced technical analysis using predictive fractal pattern to forecast the financial market. It's the most powerful, market forecast strategy in comparison to the area wave forecast. All right? So something has happened before, and if it's likely to happen again, we'll take advantage of it. Talking about predictive fractal pattern, a pattern was in place before, and the market is trying to copy and paste the same pattern at another point in time, and place, all right? So if you look carefully, the price went up, you agree? So the price went up, and then what it did, it pulled back. So you can look at the structure of the price, how the price did pull back. You can see it was a sharp move down. So there was a trending first and a sharp move down. So that's the first thing that I see on this chart. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw that price move, because we can draw a pattern. So this is a pattern. Price went up and pulled back like this. Here again, as I keep my eyes wide open, you see that the price went up again one more time. I'll put a bit of color into it. All right. Color into orange. And then again, you can see that the price did pull back. Is it sharp for you? You see here, it came down almost flat because it's down. Again, we have a sharp move down. Almost, if you disagree. All right. Here it is. Okay. Then again, so here again, the price went up. Yes or no? It went up. Do you disagree? I'll color that one into pink. So the predictive fractal pattern is about keeping the eyes wide open to identify a specific pattern that the market is duplicating. Here, this is a horizontal predictive fractal pattern because it's happening on the same time frame. All right, you see here? It went up again. Is it sharp for you? See? It's a sharp move down again. All right, so 3 times the price did the same thing. So there is a pattern. That pattern is that price goes up. That's all. Very simple pattern, isn't it? Well, I will use a different color now. I'll use a green. Price goes up, and then sharp move down. So since, we will say since 2000, year 2000 or 2001, that pattern was in place. The same pattern, the stock is Procter and Gamble, Epic PG, Papa Golf. This is an American stock. Again, that move, price goes up, sharp move down. Again here, price goes up, sharp move down. Price goes up, sharp move down. So, because this is more advanced technical analysis, level 3 technical analysis, what we need to do, so apart from identifying first a pattern, another trader may see another pattern on this chart. This is what I see, all right? You may see something else. But is it a predictive fractal pattern that you can work with? If yes, yeah, use it, okay? So when we recognize a pattern, so we see now it happen like this. Now start trending. If the correction begins here, what's the first thing that's going to go into your mind? You're going to say that probably, if this pattern that was in place before is becoming a predictive fractal pattern, we are likely to see a sharp correction. That will be your expectation, your forecast. And it did happen again. Very interestingly, I applied Fibonacci retracement to this price move all the way here to measure the retracement. You can see that this sharp move down brought the price into the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement level. So I have another data now, apart from my observation that the price goes down and then followed by a sharp correction. I have another information is that sharp move brought the price to 61.8% Fibonacci retracement level. So as the price goes up here and start coming down, my first forecast is that there is a high chance not guarantee, that we may have a sharp correction. And my second forecast will be that correction has a high chance at this point in time to also stop in a zone of 61.8% Fibonacci retracement level if this price structure, this predictive fractal pattern, is an horizontal, predictive fractal pattern. So I can forecast as this correction is underway here that probably high chance that we may have a sharp correction, and also the correction will end at 61.8% Fibonacci retracement level. Here it is. I'm going to place now my Fibonacci retracement to this price action here, from here all the way up to the top. Let's move this line so we do not cheat. Put it correctly all the way to the top. And I will be forecasting that the price will stop in the zone of 50% and 61.8% level. Look here, 50% and 61.8%. Can you see 61.8%? That's exactly where the price did stop. So my forecast, my expectation in this case is fulfilled. I have successfully forecast using the horizontal predictive fractal pattern that there is a high chance that we may have a sharp correction at this point in time, and also the correction has a high chance to stop at 61.8% Fibonacci retracement level. Isn't it powerful? Did it happen? Yes, it did happen. Does it mean that anytime we forecast the market using the predictive fractal pattern, the price will definitely do what we are expecting? No, it does not. Sometimes the price will do something else. But the advantage that we have in this case is that we are expecting something, right? Or we know something before it is happening. And if it is happening, we have an edge, and we will make a better decision than others. So as the price is arriving here, you will be monitoring, you will drop over the line here, monitoring the candlestick pattern. There was a doji followed by bullish candlestick bar after a high volatility. So we talked about doji last time after the dayprotrader.com. A candlestick trader explained the phenomenon of doji. Have you watched that video? Check it out at dayprotrader YouTube channel. High volatility followed by low volatility. If we see a doji, we'll be thinking of a reversal. And here it is, your expectation that sharp correction will end at 61.8% is confirmed by a candlestick pattern. Do you just buy here? No. The best approach to trade like a pro, alright, to trade like an advanced trader, technical trader, you use a different time frame trading method to trade it. Traders who do not know about top-down trading method, check out the series of video, 5 videos that we title Mastering the Top-Down Trading Method by 24 Stock Trader YouTube channel. 24 digit 2 digit 4 Stock Trader YouTube channel. So our forecast using the predictive fractal pattern has been successful in this case. Isn't it beautiful? All right. Also in 2009, when the Federal Reserve was changing their policy. Well, you see that? Isn't it beautiful? Right. This is advanced trading using predictive fractal pattern, level 3 technical analysis, the most powerful market forecast. So you may say to me, Joe, you are inventing things. Your imagination is too fertile. I never seen anything like this. It's just by pure chance that this has been successful. Yes, there may be a bit of chance, but we have successfully forecast that the price will go down, the correction will be sharp, and it will end at 61.8% level. And our expectation is fulfilled. Good news for us. We are just looking for something that can work for us in this messy market, and this has been useful to us. Therefore, we can use it. That doesn't mean that I am the only one that knows about this. No. In fact, it's not by chance this has happened like this. There are a lot of advanced traders out there. In fact, a lot of trading software algorithms are using the predictive fractal pattern of Mr. Benoit Mandlebrot. So those market participants did use the predictive fractal pattern for this stock at this point in time. It's not by chance alone, but there are other forecasts like this one that did confirm. Now we have the price goes up again. So price going up again here. All right. So here the correction. So you wait for the correction to take place. Which we see here. See, all right. We're going to go a little bit deeper now. So we see price goes up, price pull back to 61.8%. We're going to polish, okay, this predictive fractal pattern market forecast as I'm demonstrating it to you here. Okay, I don't usually use the word teach, but this one I will use the word as I'm teaching you. All right. Can we use that? All right. How to use the predictive fractal pattern more accurately. All right. There are more to this. So here it is, start coming down here again. What do? You focus what? Because what has happened before has a high chance to happen again. There's nothing new upon this earth. All right? It's all repackaging, in fact. So you say, Joe, you are just repackaging things. Yes, there's nothing new upon this earth. What you are calling new has happened before. So here it is. All right, here it is. So you can focus here as it starts going down. That there is a high chance that this correction will be sharp correction. And you will also focus that there is a high chance that it will stop where? At 61.8%. Fibonacci retracement. All this move from here to here. Let's apply it again. Our Fibonacci retracement. So some traders say to me, George, I already know about Fibonacci retracement, and I say to you, you ain't know anything about Fibonacci retracement. Check out dayprotrader.com and sit down and check out our webpage about the Fibonacci retracement, so you can avoid Fibonacci retracement trading mistake. So again, we apply Fibonacci retracement to this price move all the way to the top, from the low all the way to the top, and we want to highlight the 50% and the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement level. So we will be forecasting at this point in time that the price will come into what? The sweet spot zone. You see, George, I never heard that word before. Sweet spot zone, sweet spot Fibonacci trading zone. Check out Day Pro Traders, YouTube at dayprotraders.com. All right, so here it is again. The price was at not a rendezvous, so to speak a bit of French to you, our meeting point on time as we were expecting it. Here it comes. Again, here, this is the 50%. The 61.8% zone, sharp correction into that zone. Is it by chance? Maybe. Is the forecast accurate? Yes. What have you used? We use a predictive fractal pattern of Benoit Mandlebrot. So for a lot of traders, because this is a new, all right, you may start using it first. You will make definitely mistakes. After the motions, go back and try to polish it. Use a demo account to practice until you master it. I have not finished the demonstration yet. In fact, I said to traders, it is a mistake to watch only 3 minutes of our video. Even if you're experienced traders, I recommend to traders to watch the full length of this tutorial. All right, eat the full completely, like your mother said. All right, don't leave too much on the plate. All right, so this is what we have managed to focus. So we use price goes up, pull back to 61.8%. I'm going to do more with this predictive fractal pattern. I'm going to use the duration of I'm going to use the duration of the pattern, this first leg. How long it take for this first leg here? You can see that this one was quite wide, but the second one was more conservative. I will use the conservative measurement. I'll come back to that in a minute. This one. So what I'm talking about, how long does it take for this trending first to be completed? You see, so I'm adding another data. So the third data, we have 2 data before. Do we say 2 datum? I don't like to use the word datum. The plural for data is datum. So here it is, trending first, the duration. Yes, the duration. So this is quite long, and this is short, very low. So as this one is reduced, I will use the conservative measurement. Is that correct? I'll come back to this one in a minute, all right? So now I'm saying, how long does it take for that pattern to be formed? Here it is. This is my measuring stick. So as the price, you see here, so it went up, it pulled back. So now here it is. So the trending fair, you put here the trending fair, that's where the trending fair stops. So I move it again to the trending fair, where the trending fair stop, not here. I can put it here also. Okay, let's do it first where the trending fair stop, because we are talking about the duration of the trending first. Or you may say, George, you are cheating a bit, you should put it here where the trending fair has started. We'll come back to that. Alright, practically speaking, put it here where the trending fair has stopped. And now you use that measuring stick. First, you'll be saying that the forecast, the correction will start here. This is the duration, so you see we start here. That's the first forecast for the duration that this trending first will take. So you are not only forecasting the corrective first where you will end, you will also forecast the duration of the pattern itself or a portion of that pattern. So we were using the Fibonacci retracement to see how far the correction will go. Now we are using the duration of the trend. How long was the previous trend to forecast the next trending phase. So okay, let's do it properly now. So we put it at the starting point of this trending phase. We will say that that trending phase that has started here has a high chance to end here. Do you see a correction happening now here? Are those traders, predictive fractal pattern traders, using the duration of the prior trend? Probably. Now you see now the duration. We can use that also. How long the trending phase or the corrective phase has lasted, how deep it was, is it a sharp correction, which Fibonacci retracement level it stops. We can look at the structure of the pattern, alright? Different facets form a shape of the pattern. Then we can use that to forecast the next price move. So now I'm using the duration of the trend to forecast the length of the new trend. So I will be forecasting at this point. So I'm using the duration of this one here. I'll be saying that, George, that trend that is starting here has a high chance to end here. Isn't it powerful? Do you see a correction taking place? Yes, in that zone. That zone, you see, that zone. So when you put it like this, don't think that it has to stop exactly there. It's a zone. It's a zone. Wide zone, all right? Plus and minus are running. There's a bit of margin on both sides. Is it coming down? Is it sharp? It is sharp. Where will you forecast this one to end? 61.8% Fibonacci retracement level. Will the price bring it there? Maybe. If you get there, you have an edge. Can you control the trade better than somebody else who do not know what's going on? Yes, you will. Because you are an advanced level 3 technical trader using the predictive fractal pattern in a practical fashion without assuming anything, without jumping ahead of the price. So isn't it beautiful? All right, you see now? So first time we can put it here at where the correction, the first trending first stop. You will say that now, you see, there's something very interesting in this one. So you put it here, like this, either here or here. Do all the variation, because why do you need to do that? The reason is not all predictive fractal pattern traders are doing the same thing when they are forecasting the market. So, because I'm busy talking about market forecast at 2-4 area wave, I say to traders, go into the mind of other area wave traders. So I say to you also, go into the mind of other predictive fractal pattern traders or other market forecast traders. So you see here, what is interesting here, though the trending Fed did stop before our level, it's a zone. Again, you see, some say to you, it's a zone. Just a little bit before it started correction. So you say, all right, in that zone, near that zone, the correction completed. But the good news, where we did expect, look at that a trending first to stop, that's where the correction did stop. So again, that line, that vertical line has been useful to us, yes or no? The price did change direction there. The point of that vertical line is that probability that a turnaround will occur in that zone. We were expecting it up here, but now it's happening below here. So with more experience, right, you see, sometimes we have a losing trend, and you say, George, apply your strategy and it didn't work. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. Use a demo account. It's okay. All right. Now go back. Look at the trade. Clean your flash, all right? Now look at the trade. Find out something new. Discover something new. Polish the next move. That's how you're going to become, all right, a better, a technical trader. Okay? All right, so isn't it beautiful? All right, isn't it beautiful? Now let's use this one. You see, this one started all the way here. Let's use that to focus it. So I'm going to do the same thing. Put it here. At the point where the trend has ended, and look at that. Look where it stopped, my friend. Can you see that? Is the market at the market participant using the predictive fractal pattern? You see now? So by projecting it, you see, where did it stop? On the dot of that vertical line that we were using before. Is this sending some shiver under your spine? You see here? So we can again project it again one more time into the future. So, and leave it on our chart. So if you are specially trader trading Procter and Gamble, we can use that, we can leave that measuring stick on our chart. Now you understand why, Joe, you always have a messy chart. So it's somewhere up there because we are now in uncharted territory. Somewhere in the future. We can leave it there and know that there is a high chance when we reach that point that we may see a reversal. Maybe not. But if it's happening, we have an edge that will put a big smile in our face, yes or no. But one warning that I will give to traders at this junction is that when you are using powerful tool, and most importantly, you master it, all right? So you have an edge, you know that it's going to happen. Now, the most important thing you need to pay attention to is to make sure that you get paid. Sometimes the market participant can focus the market accurately, but may mess up that opportunity, meaning that he or she may not use the top-down trading method, or may not bother to check the fundamentals, the economy news, or may not bother to pay attention to the market first or the market indicator, or will violate the trading triangle, meaning that the market first, the sector, the individual financial instrument, the heart of the trading triangle, the market first, the sector, and individual financial instrument, or one will fail to use a different time frame trading method. So I should focus it, handle it carefully, and make sure you get paid, because it's not a nice feeling. You remember sometime when I start trading, you will know that the price is going to go up, and then you enter anyhow, and then you lose, and you say, oh, I knew that it's going to go up first. All right? But now you want to polish how you enter the trade, how you time the market, and you will use different time frame trading method. Check out that playlist, Mastering Top-Down Trading Method, by a 2-4 Stock Trader YouTube channel. 5 videos. Watch all of them in your own time. All right? In the park, on the bus, on the train. Listen to my beautiful accent. Is it beautiful for you? All right? And that's it. Make sure you master it. So you see that? You see how the market is using the advanced traders and make it annoying before everybody else. Now let's put it now at the beginning of the trend. Now we are putting now at the beginning of the trend. Again, no big difference, a little bit wider. Okay? Oh, have I extended my line? I don't want to do that. We want to be accurate, my friend. We are talking about accurate focus. So now let's put it there. So they love that. It's just a little bit wider. Okay? Same zone. We can use the same thing again here where this trend has ended, and again project it there. Look at that. Almost to this one again. You see, this was a focus, isn't it? Almost to this one again. And we can place it again one more time. You see here, where this trend is starting, we put it again there. Right there. And somewhere in this zone. So if you have 2 vertical lines, so many forecasts in the same zone, we need to watch that zone carefully. So another thing I would say to trader, practically speaking, if you have like for the duration is so wide like this, as you see here, when I was putting it here, I was telling you it's too wide and it's in the future. We can divide it into two. So we'll be watching the midpoint, is somewhere here, midpoint, okay, reversal point, which is corresponding to this zone again if it's too wide. Alright, so this is level 3 technical analysis using the predictive fractal pattern. In this instance, a pattern has been formed on the monthly chart, and that pattern, which is very simple pattern, goes up, pull back, sharp correction, so see 1.8%, is duplicating itself on the same time frame. As you can see, hedge funds, okay, trading algorithm, trading software are using the predictive fractal pattern of Mr. Benoit and Mandlebrot. There are more that we can do with this pattern here. All right, we can go a little bit deeper and deeper. All right, to focus the market accurately using the midpoint, using also how far the price went up, how many pips, you like pips, trader got out of this trade, those who bought it, the greedy trader who bought it at the bottom of the market and came out at the top of the market. How many pips it takes? With that, we can use that vertical move up, that was the trend in fact, to have, you see, we use the same thing for the, you see the correction here. This is what we did here, the retracement, 61.8%, 61.8%, 61.8%. Well, we will be expecting 61.8%. Here again, we will be expecting 61.8%. Now, so here, the trending for the first one you see here. So as this trend is beginning here, we'll do the same thing. We say that possibility that this trend we can focus again using the predictive fractal pattern, because of what has happened before, that this trend that has started here can go all the way to the zone of $81. And people say, how do you know it? You say, well, have you completed level 1 technical trading? They say no. Have you completed level 2 technical trading? They say no. You say, well, I can't tell you yet. You need to complete level 1 and level 2 before becoming level 3 technical trader. This to make you laugh a bit. Then you will tell them how you forecast it. You forecast it using what? The predictive fractal pattern. So you are expecting something. I'm stressing on that word, expectation instead of focus. Focus equal expectation. Prudent approach that the market will behave in a certain way. Why the smart money do care about forecasting the market? The smart money, the powerful investors should pay me millions of dollars so I can help them to forecast the market using the predictive fractal pattern. All right. They do care because they are risking millions of dollars. Right? It's like you buy a house for $1 million. Will you have insurance on that house from day one? Yes. Because you don't want to risk it, isn't it? Yeah, you will have insurance on it. You buy a car for $50,000 or pound. You will have insurance on that car from day one straight away before you start driving it, yes or no? So for those market participants, they do care about market forecast. They can't just buy and hold for many years without having a bit of idea where the price is headed. The price is always headed to a target level. That's why the smart money do care about the price target level. You see, that's why they do care about the predictive fractal pattern. That's why they do care about earlier wave of forecast. They want to know a little bit, and that will help them to take position. So they will say, all right, George, you are saying to me that this stock, as this trend begins here, because we have done our fundamental analysis, the market is becoming bullish. It's a good environment to buy and hold. You are saying to me this stock will go up to $81. All right, that's good. What we will do, when it comes to the level of $81, when it comes at the midpoint target somewhere here in the zone of $60, we start taking a bit of profit. That would be a prudent approach, isn't it? So they say, oh, the forecast is 81, now it's at a 60. Let's take some profit for now. Gently take some profit. And then we let the rest run. Or they may say, all right, $81 for this stock is a bit too much. All right, their value, their book value is not $81. That will be completely 5 times the book value. We don't want to risk it. So price coming near 81 and 75, we must well come out, because it's becoming too overbought. Okay, you see? So with those market forecasts, one can mitigate the risk, control the risk, and that is so important for the smart money, for the hedge fund, for the investment bank, for the powerful individual investors, and also institutional investors. Am I talking too much, or am I revealing too much secrets? Because, all right, this is a secret for many traders, and for some traders, it's not a secret. If it's not a secret to you, therefore, you are an advanced level 3 technical trader already. So I don't want to push it too far, all right? We can do more, as I told you. And if you have any constructive question, feel free to put in the comment section. Okay, ask me specific question. And due course, sometimes I reply straight away in the comment section. Sometimes I record another video to answer your question. So do so. All right. And in due course, I will be recording another video to answer your specific question. All right. Recently, I have posted a video I took for Elliott Wave's YouTube channel. All right. Just because a trader did ask a question. All right. So sometimes your question can end up being can result into a new tutorial. So we welcome questions, suggestions, put them there. You may think that, George, you didn't bother to read my question because, all right, George, all right. No, I always read them, and I pay attention to all traders, okay? If this video has been truly useful to you, please let us know by giving us your beautiful thumbs up. Thumbs up, please. All right. If you think, George, I'm not impressed, you try your best, but all right, I'll mark it down. It has been a long tutorial. I told you, George, you must keep it short. And I'll say to you, sometimes we have a long form video, sometimes we have a short form video. This is a long form video, and essential tutorial for traders who want to master the predictive fractal pattern. All right. If this video, if you think that this is an amazing tutorial, that we should make it public, everybody should know about it, feel free to share with your friend on Google+, on Twitter, and also on Facebook. To summarize this video about level 3 technical analysis using predictive fractal pattern, we are dealing in this case, we are dealing with, Procter & Gamble stock on a monthly chart. When we have just identified a predictive fractal pattern, price goes up and pull back to 61.8% in the zone of 50% and 61.8% sweet spot Fibonacci zone. That was a simple observation, like you can ask a child, what do you see here? And your child will tell you, oh, Daddy, I see that the price went up and then it came down. But when it was coming down, it came down very fast. Is that a way the correction? And they will say it's a sharp correction. Okay, so with that simple observation, we have used that pattern and to focus the market. But one thing, my friend, the pattern should start becoming more predictive fractal pattern. So after the second one here, probably if you couldn't predict this one, as this one is completed, you say, oh, hold on a second, something's going on here. Price goes up, sharp move down. Price goes up, sharp move down. Now it starts going up here. We have a high shot and sharp move will come down. And you can focus at least this one here. So the pattern was copying set and pasting set. So once we identify the pattern, we focus it using a structure, all right, using the duration of the trend, the duration of the correction, the retracement, and so on, to focus the next price actions. The forecast is not guaranteed, it's an expectation until the price confirms it. Once the confirmation is beginning, we must use a different time frame trading method to trade it like a pro. We will also check the fundamentals, the economy news related to the stock that we are trading. We are there to the trading triangle, paying attention to the market itself. It's the number one first thing that we are trading, the S&P 500. Because if you are using a predictive fractal pattern, but you are violating the turning triangle, which is the market first, then the sector, before the financial instrument that you are trading, without ignoring the market leaders, the economy news, and the fundamentals. You need to take that into consideration with your predictive fractal pattern. Then you will get a better result with your market forecast using the predictive fractal pattern. I will be recording more tutorial about the predictive fractal pattern, and I will be showing you different examples to help you understand more and to master more the predictive fractal pattern of Mr. Benoit Mandlebrot. So this will conclude our discussion today about level 3 technical analysis using predictive fractal pattern. Until the next time, enjoy yourself and be very happy. We are the TSTW24 traders talking about level 3 technical analysis using predictive fractal pattern. If you want to know more, go to www.dayprotrader.com, click on predictive fractal pattern and check out that web page. There is another page also that we call fractal trading. So there are two pages at dayprotrader.com. Fractal trading is about videos that I recorded years ago. We were talking about parallel predictive fractal pattern. So you may see here your example. Slowly but gradually you are gathering. That's what you are doing now. You are gathering the knowledge, the information. Alright, then you will assimilate that knowledge, digest it, so to speak, understand it, and then you go now to the next stage, which is practicing using a demo account, mastering it. You will gain experience, you will make some mistakes, you will polish them, you will avoid those mistakes, you will not repeat the same mistake over and over. And then by the time you know, maybe in 1 year, in 2 years, in 3 years, you are fully fledged level 3 technical trader. Happy training to you all, and I speak to you soon.